Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So at the start of this you've just seen how Amy and I look after our first full week back of training at the gym. Before this we've had some scattered sessions here and now we've had access to random gyms or home gyms, but this was the first full week that we've been able to train properly, consistently, following a training structure, and our progress has been really great. So what I've done is I've compiled the whole week's worth of training, just taken some key days out of there, showing you how I'm training at the moment, how I'm eating. The gains I've made in the last week have been mad. I've put on 8 pounds in 4 days. Obviously a lot of that is water retention, and obviously I've gained a little bit of fat, but my metabolism has just been through the roof from training. Anyway, we're going to get into this while talking over the training footage because I've got quite a lot of it, so let's go. So to start off our week, we began with a leg session, me with my leg strength day. I showed you this in the previous video, but I'm just going to go over the top sets now. So basically with my strength program, for chest, deadlift and bench, chest, deadlifts and squats even, I'm doing one heavy strength-based session a day, and that involves 9 sets of between 3 and 5 reps, really trying to max out strength, and it's really helped develop my legs a lot already, especially just the deadlift squat combo. Doing the heavy bench as well, my chest in 1 week has just, the roundness in it has come back so fast. Obviously this is a lot of the trend, but it's also just the sheer amount of food I've been eating in this first week back. I've really wanted to try and gain as much muscle as possible in these first 2 weeks, as I'm going on holiday for a week afterwards, so I'm really running myself into the ground, training as hard as I can. So these were some of my heaviest sets of squats on the Monday, and literally all I had time to do on the Monday was 9 sets of squats, but honestly my legs were really sore after this, so I'm still increasing the intensity each week and the length. So today is Monday again, so today's squat session I'll do the 9 sets of squats, and then I'm going to do a bunch of leg accessories afterwards. So Amy's leg session on Monday, last Monday, was very similar. She was just easing back into it. She used to be able to squat 100 kilos for reps, obviously taking a lot of time off the gym has affected that, but so this was at the start of the week. By the end of the week she was squatting 85 for reps of 3 really comfortably, and so you know within about a week her strength has gone up a lot and the reps were looking a lot smoother than they were at this weight. So she's written out a whole powerlifting program herself, using that power book of reading, and she's basically made a really in detailed structured program for 4 weeks, easing herself into a linear strength program. So she's made this so that she is getting her technique back down, and you know regaining that base strength before trying to push a linear strength program and injuring herself by doing something wrong. So she's doing the right thing. Honestly her programming is way better than mine, like especially for strength, so I'm actually learning a lot from her. It's simply because she had a coach in the past, so she really knows how to do very specific strength based like training, and the accessories, all the accessories she's doing are to improve her main lifts. So she's switched over to sumo recently since reading this book, because she realised her technique and her posture on sumo is far better. Also she realised it works her glutes and her hams a lot more. I mean that's an obvious point, but she really wanted to work on glutes and hamstrings way more anyway because she's quad dominant. So we're doing a lot of sumo deadlifts. You can just see how much more it works the back of your legs. So she's doing a lot of those a week, a lot of squats a week. And her legs, honestly, since a week back in the gym, her legs have improved a lot. So it'll be exciting to see what she can do in the next couple of weeks as well. She's doing her own channel and stuff, but when those videos get made, who knows. So yeah, so sumo deadlift, she's been improving her form on. Basically her back is a lot straighter doing sumos, whereas doing conventional, her back is, because of her body mechanics, she's like much more tilted forward, so this actually puts a lot less stress on the lower back and uses the glutes, hams more, and it's just a more natural movement for her just because of her height. Whereas if I tried to do sumo, would probably look like dog shit, and conventional isn't great either, but conventional is better fit for me. So she's found that out over lockdown. She's starting deadlifts from scratch again, basically, and everything from scratch again, basically. Here doing her bench, you know, focusing on the main 3 lifts and just trying to get the technique down. She's got such a good arch. I have nowhere near that much flexibility in my back. So yeah, the thing with her as well, strength training really does help her build muscle quickly, and then she just does bodybuilding accessories to complement the strength stuff with me, or she's learned a lot of the accessory movements from me, and also she's got a lot of obscure ones as well, like suitcase deadlifts and all sorts of other stuff, but we'll go into that one day, and I'm sure we'll do a proper full-on powerlifting video. So yeah, Tuesday I got into the gym, hit some chest. So I love this new gym I'm working at. It's made me much more motivated to train. It's just being there all the time. I don't really have any excuse not to train, so I just had some fun with some new chest machines. I was going to rack a load more weight onto this one, but you can see how much is jiggling around. I decided to leave it and go on and do a muscle round machine press. Now for chests, muscle rounds and rest pauses so fucking good, man. So if you don't do them, you really should try and chuck one muscle round exercise into each workout, or one rest pause. So a muscle round is simply, you can break your set into chunks of 4 or 3, and by that I mean you can do 6 reps, 10-second break, 6 reps, 10-second break, 6 reps, 10-second break, 6 reps. So that's what I'm doing here. So you get 24 reps in a set, and it just means the muscle gets massively overloaded. And here I'm pausing at the bottom as well to get that stretch, so the muscle is still under tension the entire time during the set. After this third chunk, I realised I put the weight up a little bit too high to pause at the bottom of each one. I'm getting a serious pec, but you can see how much it's hurting. So at the bottom of this one, I tried to hold it, and I think I ended up putting it down for the last set. But yeah, so you're supposed to hold it for 10 seconds, keep that tension in there, massively overload. So yeah, I had to have a break there and couldn't even finish the set. So they're brutal. You see at the start of the set I wasn't sweating, at the end I was. That's a good set. Then we went on to some variation stuff. So we did some crossbody chest press. I love this machine. This really targets your upper pec a lot, and you can see it working when you're doing this. So you want to sit completely horizontally in the machine and push the weight across your body. It also uses a lot of front delt, obviously, but it really works developing that upper middle pec. So I always do sort of weird isolation movements to my chest. It grows really easily. If I do just flat bench, it will just explode anyway, but I like to do these sort of combo exercises to really develop the inner parts of the chest and get full development. Anyone can build a good lower chest. Getting the upper chest and that full overall development is difficult, and doing exercises like this really helps. So this is a combo set, not really a super set. So you're doing a crossbody, and then you're going to do the straight press to really finish off the upper pecs. And it's a proper destroyer, this one. So give this combo a go. I don't see many people doing a crossbody machine press either, and it's really effective. Like, it honestly, probably for upper chest development and inner chest development, it's probably one of the best things you can do. So yeah, that was my Tuesday. I did some flyers and stuff as well, but I don't know what happened to the footage of that. Now, we jumped a few days, and at the end of the week it got fucking hot, right? Really hot in the UK. I mean, for the UK, that is. Like, I'm sure you guys in America are like, it's cold. But this was supposed to be my deadlift session for the week, and the heat was so taxing because A, in gyms you can't have aircon on at the moment, and B, our gym doesn't even have aircon, and it's just a warehouse with the baking sun down on it. These were just my warm-up sets. I was recording them just to check my form was okay and see what angles were good. And so I was supposed to do 175 here. Normally this would be super easy, but just the humidity and the heat was so taxing that I just couldn't. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do any of my heavy sets. It proper drained my top end strength. I felt in my hamstrings, everything there was like, no. So I changed the day up and I switched to a hamstring focused isolation day instead, and that was a great idea because I still felt a killer in my lower back just from doing a few light Romanian deadlift sets, and also my hamstrings got worked pretty hard, which they really need to be developed. So a lot more leg stuff coming. I'm just doing loads of variations and trying to chuck in a lot of weight as well. So I like starting with Romanians sometimes as well, because you get your whole hamstring stretched out nicely before you do any of the curl movements. I just seem to like it that way around. Also, you'll be able to deadlift a lot more weight. So I started out with this, and I did a couple of sets. We just showed some angles here. I went up to 80 kilos for 5 sets, just to really batter the hamstrings. I like keeping the amount of exercises I'm doing less at the moment, but doing more sets of them and just making sure I'm really hitting that muscle properly. Rather than doing 10 different exercises of 3 sets, I'd rather do 3 exercises for 10 sets and make sure I do them really well, and really, destroy that part of the body. And I found in the last couple of weeks it's helped me add a lot of mass. Like, switching to more strength style training, more sets, lower reps in general, has helped a lot. And I think just the first week back as well, the shock to the body, the muscles actually getting worked under tension, and obviously the trend is helping me regain a lot. I think in this last year, my legs have developed a ton compared to how small they were compared to my upper body. They are finally catching up, and now I understand how to train legs a little bit better and how the different styles of training them. I found roughly what works for me. I need to have a combination of really heavy lifting and then high volume pump stuff. I've tried doing just one, I've tried doing just the other, and neither gets me that amazing results, but when I put them together and do the power building sort of combo, I really feel it. So this session was supposed to be heavy deadlifts into high hamstring stuff. Instead it was just a few sets of deadlifts into more hamstring stuff. So I did lying leg curls, I did seating leg curls, and I finished off with a couple sets of high leg press. Lightweight, just trying to get those reps in. As you can see, my legs have thickened out a lot, and they've improved a hell of a lot. It's just one of those things where I'm just going to have to keep working on it for the next couple of months. And hopefully, next contest season comes around, they will have finally fully caught up. I've got a good 6 months, and I'm going to be hitting them hard twice a week, quad day, hamstring day. So if they don't progress in 6 months, I'm doing something seriously wrong. So that was a horrible sweaty leg day, and then Sunday again was finally cooled down a bit. So we enjoyed a nice arm and shoulder day to finish off. So my triceps have improved a lot. And these improved over lockdown somehow, but I think it was mostly because if I was training at home, I would do like 4 sets of triceps and then give up with the rest of my workout, because I just at home it's hard to motivate. And then every time I have been able to get access to a gym of any kind, I'm straight onto the cables doing single arm up extensions. I do these every single, probably 4 times a week I'm hitting triceps without even really realizing it, and it really has helped add some mass to them, because they just were not anywhere near good enough, and they're finally trying to get some roundness into that upper long head. And when the camera goes around to the back as well, you can see that they've thickened out a considerable amount compared to at the start of the year. They've improved a decent amount, and that was one of the big upper body parts I needed to fix, was triceps and forearms as well. I'm still working on those too, but once I get them sorted, it's literally I just have to really focus on lower body and I'll be good. So I really am focusing on balancing out my physique. Now that the contest is not going to happen this year for me, I'm glad I didn't enter any or retry and enter any, because even some in Europe have been cancelled again now, like in October. That for only ahead, so it's not worth it is spending all that money on it, which I can't even afford right now anyway. So instead I'm just going to focus on getting the best possible body I can, and this gym is a great place to do it. Other than it being insanely sweaty some days, it's got so much kit, and just the graffiti on the walls and being able to put whatever music on you want is awesome. Working here has been great so far. Everyone's really nice. It's much more of a friendly atmosphere gym. Everyone seems to know everybody. People chat about all sorts of stuff. They don't care if I'm doing a cycle in here, whereas in a mainstream gym, people seem to look at me like I'm some kind of scary monster, or some people just assume you're a dickhead if you've got a lot of muscle in mainstream gyms and don't want to talk to you. And that really hurt me at Pure Gym, trying to actually get clients. This gym, I've already got a client in my first week, so it's really a very different kind of gym, and I'm really liking it. And it's just motivating me to train harder and make sure that I just do everything right. As you can see there, my tricep roundness just improved so much. It makes my arms look so much better just having that extra. I've probably put on an inch on my triceps, to be honest. I've really been pushing for their growth a lot. If I just do the same thing for my bloody calves and the rest of my legs, I might stand a good chance of winning some contests next year. So that's the overall goal. But yeah, the DOMs this week, I'm sure everyone's been feeling those a lot. Been an absolute killer. Man, I've not been this sore in forever, but I've loved it a lot. And it's, like I said, all this training has made me insatiably hungry. I've been eating way too much food, but it's helped me put on 8 pounds in my first week. My shoulders have rounded out a massive amount. My back has grown so much. My arms, my chest has grown. I definitely feel my quads growing a bit. My hamstrings have not changed at all, neither have my calves. I really need to, that's a big focus point. But everything's getting there, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm sure you guys are as well. Hopefully you guys have found a decent cycle you want to do, getting back into it. It really does speed up how quickly you get your gains back. I've been staggered this, you can see my traps in that mirror there. That is all trend going on there. That's I haven't even barely trained back other than one session of deadlifts, and the thickness in my back instantly, boom, and my shoulders has come back. So it just takes a little bit of heavy resistance to really improve. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited to be back at the gym. I know I am. Just a little bit of posing here at the end to see my overall shape. So yeah, my upper body, really happy with. I'm holding a bit too much fat, but who cares at the moment. That'll all shred off, especially as I'm training more. And yeah, diet's getting back on point this week, much stricter. So I should look gradually leaner and bigger, but we'll see. I have 1 week left of training, then a week away, but it's going to be a very hiking sort of cardio-based holiday. Lots of sunshine, so I shouldn't be so ghostly white. But yeah, things are, thank fuck, things are getting back to normal. Honestly, like for mental health and stuff, I didn't realise just how important going to the gym was, and I'm sure a lot of other people didn't either. Before this lockdown happened, I must have missed gym maybe a week at most at a time. And then I missed a good 4 months straight of actual gym. And it really doesn't, like, to start off with, it's kind of like you're kind of okay with it. But then as you get further and further into not training and you see yourself looking shitter and shitter and you feel shitter, but then you can't be asked to train at home because it's just crap, it's not the same. Oh man, it affects your mental health a lot, and I know it's affected a hell of a lot of people. So hopefully things being open, people keeping it clean, making sure the virus doesn't spread, will help everyone's general health, and I think more importantly mental health is like one of the biggest factors for going to the gym. Without it, a lot of people lose their shit. Like, I guarantee you, if gyms were open, I guarantee you the amount of domestic abuse cases that have been going on during lockdown would be so much less. There's probably so many aggy men and women who want to get some exertion out in the gym and can't, and then take it out on each other instead. I know for a fact it's happened to me and Amy a couple of times, just being stressed out. So yeah, I'm super glad it's back. I'm sure you guys are as well. And let's push for some gains, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.